All right. Well, Pat, we just a little breaking news as we jump on here with our Friday wrap and with Royce session. Adam Thielen, we don't know the details yet. We probably will during this conversation, but Adam Thielen has restructured his contract in some form. Because he's kind of taken a victory lap on social media announcing it. It means that he had to give permission to do something with the contract. So I don't think you can change the GM, you can change the coach, you can talk about changing the culture, but so far the roster hasn't really changed a whole lot.
No, we've changed one fat guy in the middle of the defense for another one, and Jordan Hicks to play in the 3-4, which I agree with that, but I don't think it's going to be the thing that turns this defense around. So, and we're still waiting for Hunter. We're still waiting for what's happening with the $18 million with Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the key one. That decision has to be made of some sort by Sunday. So you either pay it or you push that can down the road, or you give him an extension, which is what I think he wants.
Yeah,
I think he wants a new contract.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you probably get you out. You won't have to give him the whole 18 then, but you also got to commit to him for 4 years and hope he makes it to the. What was this year's injury? I can't remember. What did he do this year?
Oh, man.
Tricep?
Was it a tricep? Yeah.
You missed the game. Did you miss a COVID too? Do you have a COVID game again?
No, he did after he got hurt.
Oh.
So he
I never had one of those tricep injuries. I wonder why.
Hey, Pat, don't scratch your computer.
Okay, good idea. Never had one of those tricep injuries. Never ripped one of those biceps.
What's the worst sports writing injury you've ever suffered? You strain any finger ligaments?
I don't think in those digits, not much, but a few falls here and there. Might have been alcohol involved when I was computing. I'll tell you what, though, there was lots of injuries when I was on the road carrying a typewriter, a suitcase, and a Xerox machine. That was hard work, man. That was
what. Hey, Pat, what was airport security back then? Non-existent?
Well, no, hell, I think didn't we? It was early 80s when we started having to go through. Wasn't it late 70s, early 80s?
It seems like I remember that.
Yeah, early years they had the Ricey method, which is what I think we should still have. Just trust people. That
doesn't always work out.
98% of the flights aren't going to have a problem. Let's play the odds here. Let's go here. Let's trust me.
90%.
Just walk right on.
Are you comfortable playing the odds for, saving 15, 20 minutes standing in that dumb line?
Yes, I am. I am.
I think I'm good too. Yeah. I'm
too,
willing to roll the dice. I don't want to take my shoes off. I'll take there should be flights where you take chances and then flights that are totally safe.
And we should allow stereotyping at the airports. We should allow stereotyping. Yeah, I don't know about him. Let's check.
Grandma looks like she's probably not at risk. Yeah. So
that Zolgad name's very intriguing, sir. Why don't you step to the side here?
That's right. That's true. That's true. Something like that. So anyway, I wanted to mention Kentucky before we get too far. That was the damnedest thing I ever saw. They looked at that zone defense. How can Kentucky, I got to tell you, St. Peter's lost to St. Francis of Brooklyn on St. Peter's home court, 71-60. And on St. Francis of Brooklyn's home court, St. Thomas defeated them 91-73. Mm. So that's how good St. Peter's is. They got Butch Lee's kid playing for him, and he's pretty good. But how can you be Kentucky with all these 5-stars and not have anybody who can dribble past anybody and make a basket against that zone? They looked at that zone like it was the UCLA zone press from the 1970s.
They looked at that zone like a Tubby Smith Gophers team against Northwestern 10 years ago.
Patino and Tubby, they looked at that zone like it was unbelievable the way they played. And that left-handed guard, they would not take the ball out of his hands, and he just kept screwing up. And I tweeted out this left-handed guard from Kentucky as St. Peter's secret weapon. And 30 seconds later, he threw it over everybody's head. And when the game was tied, and let them, get a chance to win the game. Man, that was awful. That's one of the greatest upsets in the history of this thing. But my theory on it is, like the Big Ten, there were some good teams, but the only really good team, Purdue, with the two big guys and Ivy in the guard, they didn't play worth a damn. They did not play good. They're the only super talented team that the Big Ten had, in my opinion. So they can, Indiana plays on Tuesday, goes out and gets beat by St. Mary's by 30. And, Michigan somehow won, but, there's not too much greatness out there right now in college basketball. I don't know who's really good. It's
no, even like Gonzaga. I was looking at the 538, percentage chance for everyone to win the title, and Gonzaga is like 23% to win it, and then the next closest team is like 10%. So Gonzaga is pretty far and away the best team. And then you watch them play, and Chet Holmgren's great, but I mean, you can knock him over with a feather,
Yes, right. Well, they were in a battle with Georgia State till the last 6 minutes or something. UCLA damn near lost to Akron. There's not much great out there. I guess it's good for the tournament, but that Kentucky is, couldn't happen to a nicer guy than Calipari, though.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, how about Coach K, man? Come on, Coach K.
Yeah.
You got to pick who you hate here.
That's one thing that bothers me about all these upsets is the teams start getting weaned out. There's less teams that might beat him. He's won a couple of titles when there were a lot of upsets along the way, and he didn't have to beat. I like his chances against Cal Fullerton today, no matter all the other upsets. I got to say aren't very good.
Pat, if Duke is in the championship game, can you watch it? Like Coach K last game, championship game. I could see you.
I can watch it with the
Netflix.
Sound off. With the sound, the sound will have to be off. I will not be able to take the praise that is emanating through the screen. I won't be able to handle that.
Well, what would be a more truly fitting ending for Coach K? Getting to the national championship game and being sent off that way, or getting beat in the second round by a 9 seed or something right? Like that would, or what are they? Are they a 2 seed? Is Duke a 2 seed?
2, they got a 2. Yeah.
So getting knocked off by a 7 or a 10 in the second round, I feel like would be.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's. I don't know who they got. They're in the same bracket as Gonzaga, so they're going to have to beat the projected champions in the regional final.
How about this? And then if they can sneak past Cal State Fullerton, then they either get Michigan State or Davidson.
Yeah, Davidson might be worth. By the way, the Murray State Racers, look out for them. They're my sneak team, even before they went overtime to win yesterday. The Murray State Racers are my team.
Murray State, man, that's a sneaky one. Plus, now they get St. Peter's, right? So they're probably going to get to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, they'll be the Sweet 16. Yeah. I think St. Peter's we might have seen all we're going to get out of them. So we thought the Twins weren't going to do anything, and they go right out and get Jose Godet, right? I mean,
so who is this? It's a catcher?
Yeah, from the Giants.
He's a left-handed hitting.
Royce's club.
They signed Chichi Rodriguez too.
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez? Sorry, I'm thinking of the golfer.
No, he did that on purpose.
Yeah, you're thinking.
I actually sort of like Chichi Rodriguez.
Chichi Gonzalez.
Who'd they get today? A pitcher?
Yesterday, Chichi Gonzalez.
Oh, I missed Chichi Gonzalez. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to make all the difference, Pat.
Now, you know who wants the Trevor Story, supposedly? The Red Sox. The cross Fort Myers rivals.
I'm sure the Twins will come
to play second base.
Pretty darn close in that.
That's kind of a lot. Boy, 48 hours ago, we were the steam on that, and now all of a sudden nothing's happening. Right?
You know what we're doing, Pat? We're making calls. We're fielding calls. We're making them.
We are making calls. Somebody else was after my guy Frankie out in Oakland too. Somebody else was going to beat us to the punch on that guy too. So. I don't know if they come home without spending any of that $50 million. People they might be derided a bit locally, don't you think?
I believe they finished runner-up in the Zach Greinke sweepstakes too. So
yeah, probably did. Did we? I wasn't. That didn't bother me much. Yeah.
No, I mean he's like 40, right?
He's throwing about 88 now, and it's plus.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good solid 3-4 starter in there, but. It is just kind of funny, like, oh, they were in conversations. They were.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some guy that you fellas work with who's pretty good on that.
Darren Doogie Wolfson.
Shall go nameless.
Hey, you know what? He is the messenger, man. He just knows. He finds out about all these phone calls.
It's great.
Records.
There was one yesterday.
Pings off cell phone towers.
Some reliever. Who's the guy that was with the Diamondbacks closer for a couple years? He's bounced around.
Archie
Bradley.
Yeah.
And Doogie retweeted and said, thought this would be a good fit for the Twins, but they never made a call. That is my favorite. Really? That's my favorite Doogie. Where Doogie has a thought and he's right. Like what? The Twins bullpen is garbage. Maybe they should be in on this guy. Yeah. And then they didn't even make a call. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he works those phones. I'll say that for him. And he's not only the king of information on what happened, he's the king of information on what didn't happen too. So,
yeah. I will say this, Patrick. Beyond probably you and maybe Suhan, I don't feel the Twins are getting the proper chastising on a consistent basis, though. Like if they come home with just having dropped Donaldson and that's basically it, like I feel that's worth, to your point, a lot more than just, well, that's too bad they made some phone calls.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that Wednesday about how, we kind of just assume they aren't going to do much, so we let them get away with it, right?
Yeah.
We assume they aren't going to, so I don't know. I don't know but if they don't do something, I mean, Detroit went and got this lefty reliever with a 1.2 ERA or something. Detroit's trying to win. You got to try to win. More than Detroit, don't you? Maybe 2 years ago they lost 120 or something.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, you can't concede that you can't catch Detroit, for God's sake.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, Pat. I bought my opening day tickets yesterday. I'm ready to go. I'll be there.
They weren't hard to get.
Section 124. Yeah, no, they weren't. They were very affordable. They weren't that bad at all.
Are they not going to sell out opening day?
Maybe, I don't know. It's a 3:00 game.
Probably they'll usually do something, but right now I'm sure they're in terrible shape, don't you think? I know.
Yeah, they haven't done a whole lot to fire people up the last few.
No, who do we got? I didn't even. I'm headed off to the Iron Range for the 12 and under B girls state tournament. Hockey tournament in Virginia, so I'm going to be out of action this weekend. So, we got hated Laverne today at 4:00. I'm very nervous.
Hockey powerhouse, Laverne.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They've beaten us twice. Our girls have lost 4 games all year, and 2 of them were to Laverne. And then Laverne lost in its regional, so they became a 2 seed playing a 1 seed. So we it was a bad break for us that we get them. And as I said, all the Woodbury girls were in Florida and Cabo and these places last week on spring break, and the Laverne girls were baling hay, so we're in trouble.
You know what you have to do, Pat? Send a message. Send a message. Bruins North Stars 81.
Yes,
you drop those gloves right away and send a message.
Yeah.
Laverne's not going to get away with this crap.
My granddaughter did get a roughing penalty the last game I saw her. So they ran into somebody on the board. So
good for her.
I'm proud of that, to see
come in
my
elbows high. You always come in elbows high.
A little bit of that cheap shot. So
okay, Pat.
By the way, our Timberwolves, I know we've been hotter than hell, but you look at the next 7, they're a little hard here. Right?
That's where I was going here. So you got Milwaukee on Saturday night this weekend, Dallas on the road, Phoenix at home, Dallas at home, and then road games against Boston, Toronto, Denver. They probably got to go 5-2 to have a chance to climb up the Western Conference standings, right? Including a couple wins over Dallas, but I still look at that stretch like they've been playing lights out for 3 months, and I still look at that in the 17 years of Timberwolves basketball creeps into my head and says, "Oh man, if they can just go like 2-5, stay above the Clippers."
That's right. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention when I was ranting about UCLA, did you see what they did at the end of regulation? Tie game. And they dribble it, 14 seconds? They dribble it down to 5. And then what it drives me nuts. NBA, college, run your play.
Yeah.
Score a basket. Let the other team worry about winning it at the buzzer. This idiotic stuff of wait until there's 5 seconds to go before you try to score is so bleeping stupid. I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's almost like they value taking the last shot without giving the opponent anything more than actually scoring.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You just said it very crisply. Yes,
Thank you.
That's
Yes.
exactly. If I can score with 11 seconds to go, I'm going to do it. And then let you worry about it, right?
Yeah. And then, of course,
maybe you're going to be stupid enough to dribble around till there's 3 seconds.
Right.
To go.
And the argument there is, well, yeah, but if you miss with 6 seconds left, then the other team's just going to run a dumb play and take a 40-foot shot anyways, too. You're probably fine.
And that's fine. You got a better chance to win by scoring with 10 seconds to go than you do going into overtime, you dummies.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's score the basketball, Pat.
Score the
basketball. Come on, it's 2022.
Score the basketball. That's
even Jim Pete says score the basketball.
Yeah, I know how that happened. I don't know how that happened when they transformed all that score the basketball stuff. So anyhow,
all right,
Mr. Hockey this weekend. So
enjoy
You know what I'm going to get to do? I'm going to get to drive by Rock Ridge High School as they're building the Rock Ridge High School for Virginia and Evelyn. I'm going to love Rock Ridge High School because their nickname should have been the Hornswogglers or something, like that. Rock Ridge. That's what they named their high school.
Rock Ridge sounds like a golf resort or something.
No, it's Blazing Saddles. That was the name of the town. And Blazing Saddles, Rock Ridge.
I got you.
What a bunch of dummies.
All right, see you, Pat.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's rapping with Royce every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday here, and sometimes he drops 70s movie references that Declan and I have no idea. But
no idea.
You're supposed to come in and save us there.
I get very nervous when Pat starts talking about making stereotyping okay.
Yeah.
that throws me out, because I'm 52, so I still, I get very nervous. Where are you going with that?
Pat loves to flirt with the line.
Yes, he
loves
does.
to flirt with the line. Tap dance right in front of the line.
Is that flirting? Sometimes I think it goes well beyond flirting, but it makes me nervous.
All right, that's rapping with Royce.